Previously on Town Hall 10 Free to Play, we discussed what was the best to buy from the League shop. Today, let's review the best 3-star armies with no siege machines. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and welcome back for episode 23 of the Town Hall 10 Free-to-Play series. This is the progression series where I play through all the daily struggles of Town Hall 10 and try to track down the most relatable content for you guys and help you get through your Town Hall 10 journey. Now, one of the biggest challenges for Town Hall 10 is getting you relatable content for Clan War. Every single video, we see the same 4 problems populate down in the comments below. We want to see attacks with no siege machines. I got you today on that one. We do have 4 different attacks that we're going to take a look at that do not require the siege machines to put into action. Now, the other comment would be we want to see attacks without heroes. Now, I think we're all in agreement that we want to see maxed out Town Hall 10s get crushed, but it is highly unlikely that you're going to see a max Town Hall 10 get crushed without heroes unless it's an incredibly bad base. I'm pretty sure we can all relate and agree with that one. We want to see Electro Dragons come out of the clan castle on defense. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to see that today because we are in a competitive clan that faced off against another clan that had all Town Hall 10s, so the clan castles are going to be either a baby dragon, Valkyrie, or witch, or a lava hound. So if you do have your archer queen, you should be able to take down Electro Dragons by using one of these 4 armies if you use it on the correct base. And last but not least, the other problem is, why is that town hall on the outside of the base? These are considered anti 3-star designs, and I have linked a blog in the description below for you from House of Clashers where they give you a very basic explanation why you see these bases used in Clan War only and why a lot of you trophy pushers do not understand the concept of those bases. Alright, so enough of that. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the 4 most versatile armies that you can use in Clan War without siege machines. Now, the base designs do play a major role here, and I will point that out as we go through each replay, so make sure you stick around for that. And you will not see any hog riders or balloons in today's video, and I will explain why at the end of the video. Now, today's content does come to us from Built to War, which is a member of the Cosmos Esports family, and we're going to go ahead and get started on this first replay with the Bow Witch army, a very popular army whether you use siege machines or you do not. So we have 3 golems, 9 witches, 5 bowlers. We have bowlers inside the clan castle, but most importantly, we're going to look at this base design. It is a square style base, a very symmetrical base. And what this means exactly is that our attacker is going to come into this base, splitting it into 3 sections, so to speak. You're going to see golems and witches taking out this left side. You're going to see golems and witches taking out the top side. And then you're going to see the bulk of your army move through the core of the base, taking down the clan castle troops as well as the archer queen and working to the back side of this base. So we're going to start out on the top side with that 1 single golem and 3 witches over on the far left side of this base to start clearing out this corner. Now, I want you to pay attention to the timing of the placement of troops. The second golem is going to be placed with 2 witches, actually 3 witches back behind, and then you're going to see our third golem drop. So notice that these 2 groups are clearing out exterior buildings. That way the bowlers do channel inside the base where we want them to go to clear out the bulk of the heavy defenses like the expos and the Inferno towers. That third golem is going to be placed backed up by 3 witches, a few wizards, king, and archer queen. Jump spell is placed for our bowlers to go directly into the core of this base and continue on this path inside while the exterior troops clear out the exterior buildings. Now, you're going to see a lava hound coming from that clan castle. Notice the poison spell placed there as well as a rage spell to rage up that archer queen in particular, because we have to get rid of that lava hound. And I know a lot of players out there ask why lava hounds are used. They are distractors. They slow down the archer queen and they basically keep your witches and queen from going inside the base. That is the purpose of them and why you see them in competitive gameplay. All right, so we got that poison spell down. You're going to see a heal spell placed inside the base where that archer queen is located. Now, the queen is back there working on lava pups. She's slowed down at the moment. Bowlers have kicked on the outside of the base. We got some inside the base. Heal spell has been placed. Second jump spell has been placed, as well as a rage spell to power our bowlers through this location with the assistance of a freeze spell to shut down that multi-target Inferno tower and give our troops some time to clear out the buildings to their immediate left and their immediate right. We have golemites leading the way on the outside of the base to protect our witches and keep them alive, since we do not have healers in this composition. And we have this large group of troops that are working the way around the bottom side of the base. Now, this is where the king and queen's levels come into play. The king is obviously no longer with us, but the queen's level plays a role in assisting taking down these cannons inside the base, while our witches and bowlers come up from the bottom side of this base, taking out both the hidden Tesla farm as well as the town hall. And so this is where the bulk of your troops clears out the heavy defenses inside the base, and the witches basically save the day on the bottom side or on the back side of the base. And this is a very, very popular army that has been around for many, many years. This is old school Town Hall 10 attacking, and without the siege machine, you can see that it is very useful. So make sure that you are aware of the base design that it was used on. We're going to go ahead and speed it up. That way you can screenshot the army for yourself. But again, I will repeat, pay attention to that base design. For our next army, we have mostly a minor army with hog riders inside the clan castle, and you also need to be able to queen walk with this one. So this is one of those ones that a lot of players might try to avoid because they don't know how to queen walk very well. And you also need to be a very patient funneler. When we look at this base gives it up very nicely, because if we clear out these exterior buildings and we clear out this far left side of the screen, getting rid of whatever's inside the clan castle, this leaves a lane full of multiple defenses for the miners and hogs to sweep through and take down and work their way up towards the top side of the base. But this attack goes in phases. So you're going to start out over here on the left side of the screen with a wizard to start eliminating a building. That way we can maneuver a queen walk up towards the clan castle to eliminate whatever's inside that clan castle. So wizard's going to deal with a builder's hut, get rid of a few army camps, and the queen and her healers are going to be placed down here on the bottom left side of the screen. Now there's something special about this queen walk that you really need to notice, because these two buildings right here are left here on purpose. We have a barracks and we have a gold mine, and this is going to cause the queen to work her way towards the left, and then she's going to start targeting buildings that's going to drive her up towards the clan castle. She never moves towards this air defense or this mortar because they're just too far away for her to target. So she's going to work her way up into that gold storage and then up into a wizard tower. There was also a baby dragon up in the top side of the base eliminating buildings as well. But the main focus here is the queen walk and making sure that she gets up into the space and eliminates those clan castle troops. This is incredibly important. Now you're going to see a rage spell dropped on her to get her health up prior to this next engagement. And then you're going to see a very nicely placed jump spell tying together 3 different compartments. The center compartment as well as the compartment that houses the expo. Poison spell placed on the clan castle troops, and this is the main focus until the clan castle troops dies, and then another rage spell placed on that queen. Down on the bottom side of the base, we have the barbarian king dropped, and he is going to start eliminating exterior buildings. That way we are providing that lane for the miners and hogs. So he's going to be allowed to clear out multiple buildings, and then we have the miners and then the hog riders moving up from the bottom side of the base. And this is going to be perfect because the queen's going to assist with eliminating some of these defenses and keeping these miners and hogs through the heal spells. So the first heal spell is placed where the wizard tower and the inferno tower is placed. Very, very important to take note of. So we can pretty much predetermine that the next heal spell is going to be placed where the bomb tower and the wizard tower is located. Hogs and miners clearing out multiple buildings, while the king's ability is going to be used to keep the miners inside the base, and that way he continues to clear buildings up towards the top side of the base while that queen eliminates the enemy king. Miners, hogs doing their job, taking out multiple defenses, and they're going to work their way up towards the top side of the base. We have a queen that still has healers on her. She's going to eliminate multiple point defenses in this range, while we have a freeze spell dropped on those very heavy defenses in the hidden Teslas, which gives the miners and the hogs time to get on the top side of this base. And we have a few goblins to assist with taking down the final resource collectors while the queen sits on a wall. That's pretty typical for the queen, but she did her job. She did her job. She got rid of the enemy clan castle troops, and she assisted with taking down multiple defenses. So the one thing to take away from this replay is notice how the lane was created for the miners, and notice how the exterior buildings were cleared. That way they stayed inside the path that they were intended for. Okay, so those previous 2 strategies are a little bit more user-friendly. You're more than likely going to be using either a bow witch or a minor army without the siege machines. Now we're going to take a look at the drag bat technique, but the one thing about this army is it's very popular among competitive players, but it is also very base dependent. So when we look at this base design, although the wall configuration is just crazy and just like all kinds of stuff going on here, but there's some things that you need to pick out off of this base. Down on the bottom side, you got 3 of the wizard towers. This area is very ideal for your dragons. On the top side of the base, we have 4 of the air defenses lined up in a row, and we have the top side of the base, which has 1 wizard tower and a multi-target inferno tower. This is a perfect location for the bat bomb, and you'll notice that the air sweepers are pointed down towards the right side of the screen and one facing towards the bottom side of the screen. So we can definitely release some bats up here on the top side of this base. So there's going to be multiple things that happen in this replay. I might need to stop and go. That way you can understand what's happening. We're going to start out this replay with one golem out of the clan castle, as well as some wizards to start clearing some of the defenses in this location, as well as providing a tank for the archer queen and blocking for this queen so she can get into this air defense right here on the corner. Now we also have a barb king placed over there on the far right side of the screen, and he is also going to start eliminate some buildings with a few wizards. Now there's going to be a second golem placed over on the far left side of the screen, taking on this mortar and drawing the fire from these two archer towers. And at the same time, you're going to notice that there's a rage spell being placed right there on top of that inferno tower. So rage spell, and then you're going to see a freeze spell, and then all of the bat spells placed in this location. This is considered the bat bomb. Elimination of the inferno tower, the wizard tower, the expo, and looks like you're going to see one of the air defenses going down. That queen is going to eliminate that second air defense, which is going to leave, looks like 2 air defenses remaining from that row. Now this location on the far left side of the screen where the bats are located, they're going to work on that expo, and we're going to see the dragons being dropped. The clan castle troops have been pulled. We have a dragon, looks like a witch, and some archers, and they're going to work out there near the golem and start targeting it. So we're going to see all of our dragons placed in this location. Poison spell dropped. We got 3 dragons. We have a baby dragon on the far left side of the screen to eliminate some buildings and keep our dragons on path with the balloons. Now the balloons are going to sneak into this rage spell and take on multiple defenses. The dragons are going to eliminate that first air defense. We only have 1 air defense remaining, and notice the minions on the top side of the base eliminating the trash buildings up on the top corner up there where there is no defensive coverage. Dragons are going to target everything. So remember, dragons target everything. So they're going to work their way through all these buildings and not just the defenses, while the balloons are getting picked off by the archer towers. And so our dragons are going to work into an elixir pump. They're going to take on an air sweeper. And we have a group that's working around the bottom side of the base. So you notice this is why this attack strategy is very base dependent. And we got rid of a lot of the heavier defenses earlier in the raid, or at least while the dragons were not weakened. So the dragons are going to take out the town hall. We have a group that's working up towards the air defense. It's going to get picked off by that air defense, but this group from the bottom is going to work over into some skeleton traps. It's kind of annoying. They deal with the skellies, and then they're going to work up into those final defenses. So we're going to go ahead and speed this replay up because it's lengthy. The dragons do take a while. They're going to eliminate that bomb tower, taking out the archer tower, taking out the air sweeper, and then down goes the final air defense with the dragons. They're just going to finish up on this final building. So hopefully you notice the significance of that base and the certain things that need to be picked out there in order to use this strategy. For our final replay, I'm going to share with you the Zap Drag technique, and that means that we have dragons and we have lightning spells. And the one thing about this very powerful army is that it is very base dependent. So there's one thing about this base that stands out, and I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to stop explanation on this attack because it really just falls once the air defenses are gone. So we have this location down here. You're going to notice that there are 2 air sweepers and 2 air defenses, and notice the spacing in between, and notice the placement of the lightning spells when they're dropped. We have 3 of the level 7 lightning spells, and they're going to be dropped directly on top of that inferno tower, and we're going to see the air defenses and the air sweepers eliminated. And then that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. The barb king and the archer queen are going to be placed on the left side of the screen. They're going to eliminate buildings and basically set up the perfect path for the dragons to work their way through the base. And it's going to be a little bit of timing difference here where that king and queen work with the baby dragon eliminating a few buildings, and then you're going to see all the dragons and the balloons dropped on the top side of the base. A little bit of timing in between, that way they clear out the nice path, and they're going to basically cycle through the location where the expos and the final inferno tower are located, as well as the archer queen. And then I believe that there was a baby dragon and a witch inside the clan castle, but I don't exactly recall. But anyways, we're going to talk about why there was no hog rider attacks or balloon attacks, because they're like some of the most popular armies at Town Hall 10, right? They are, but a lot of times what you're seeing when you see these videos and you see like people like me saying, oh my god, the hogs and the balloons are so amazing, they're so powerful, you're absolutely correct, but they're more than likely a second or third hit, meaning that the base has been hit, we've already seen what's inside the clan castle, and we understand that we can drop hogs because there's a lava hound inside the CC. If there's a dragon inside the CC, you can forget it. The hogs are going to die, or the balloons are going to die. And a lot of the bases in this war, they could not do a lot of queen walking or queen charging because they were very compact bases. But that's information for a different video altogether in itself. So a lot of times you won't see hog riders or balloons on bases like this with a first time attempt. These dragon attacks, they were first time hits, meaning they hit the base one time, they 3-starred the base one time. But if you see balloons or hog riders 3-starring the base without siege machines, more than likely it's a second, third, maybe a fourth time hit on that base, and they've had a little bit more practice and revision in these wars. So it's just something to take into consideration. I'm going to go ahead and speed this army up, that way you can capture the army for yourself, and then we're going to end the video there as these dragons work their way through the backside of the base, taking out the final buildings in the army camp and the elixir pump. There's your army right there. Hopefully you were able to get something out of the video today, guys, and hopefully the information was relatable to you for those of you that cannot get siege machines. If you enjoyed our content today, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and turn on those notifications if you enjoy watching us every single day. If you need any additional video support, click one of those links over there, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.